and then the asthma and shit. I gotta coach her all the way.
Hey, I'm glad she got you, brother.
Yeah, I got up here. But what mad at me like, nigga, I'm scared of heights.
Yo,
Can't see shit though.
Right? That's right. I hear that.
thank God she got you, man. My queen's still a little scared to make it up here. She ain't make it
Give
up here
thanks
yet.
for the breakthrough, my
Still a
brother.
little scared, yeah.
Oh, you got levels. You gotta get it to
Yeah,
a
you got
little
levels,
bit.
yeah.
You gotta work with it. Look, you gotta do it at nighttime.
Ah, okay.
Like at 5 o'clock in the morning when they open.
Yeah.
So she can't see shit.
Ah, I see.
And then you just kind of like slowly walk it up. You got like 2 hours. Yeah. Fast out on me, man.
Oh, you ain't almost died.
No, she did though. No. So she did. No facts. She did.
Going down, I was running down like no problem. Like going up, oh man.
Right, you made it, sis. I'm glad. All right. Who broke an extra bottle of water? Please, brother, good to see you again. All right. Yo,
That's my homeboy.
oh, that's your homeboy. You know, I showed it on my show.
Yeah,
Right?
you did.
Okay, yo, my son love that book.
Yeah, I got one for my son.
Yeah, my son love that book. Keep it up. Definitely keep it up. You brought one with you today?
I ain't got one for my son.
Okay, he ain't come today?
They're gonna be right here, so let's sit up.
Okay, go.
Yeah, we might as well before they start. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hearing the instruments now. That's beautiful. We got the drums.
Flute.
Right here. We're gonna fall.
And I'm seeing the instruments because we all instruments.
Hey, preach.
Instruments of a Big Mama. That cosmic energy. Did y'all say thank you to Big Mama this morning?
Hey, morning. You want to sit next to me?
Yeah, that Big Mama energy. Yes.
Georgie.
Attitude of
Georgie.
gratitude. Gratitude.
Mete valise là.
Ah. Come on, bro.
Ou ka chita.
Pablo.
So
Give
mete
it up for
valise
Brother
là.
Rich, please, y'all.
Yes.
Y'all can definitely do better than that. I know your cardio was activated. You know, the ancestors done set the table. Right? They here. They're like, what you got? Let's go.
Got front row.
They need to hear us, y'all.
here.
I know that track was, you know, it was something to jump.
I'm sorry. Do you need more room for your camera?
Yeah, you made it.
You need more room?
Oh no, baby. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
They should hear that all the way down.
Yeah, I'm just trying to take this.
You deserve more.
Water lanes on.
Come on, you owe it to yourself. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Not sure.
It's day 3 of Tassili's event called A Lexicon of Love, and one of the most resounding things that I've been able to extract from that demonstration is that people are not trained on how to love themselves, so it's impossible to extend love to somebody else. Because the only way that you can love on somebody is if your cup runneth over. Other than that, you depleting, you know, your engine light is coming on. They're like, yo, you need an oil change. Right? You taking from things that we don't have in the reserve. We have to battle through all of the systemic programming about the fact that we're not worthy of love for ourselves. So if you have not defeated that program yet, it's impossible for you to love on somebody else and pour into them and fill into them. So we need to practice self-love. And it's the attitude of gratitude. We call it gratitude. So when we rise in our rising, again, we don't call it the morning because, you know, we're in gratitude. We're not in mourning. We woke up from death. We didn't wake up dead. Right? Unless you believe what they say about going to sleep is when you actually alive.
That's what you said.
You know? But nonetheless, you know, your cells, the universe, the cosmos, and then everybody else, which is an extension of that, they're going to respond to how you respond to yourself. And what do you think is the most important part of your day? Rising. When you wake up, when you open them eyes, and how you greet yourself, right? Because you're cool, you're waking back into the world, but it's you. It ain't the world. You could not interpret, you could not appreciate, you cannot interface with the world if not this particular vessel. So just think of it as creator. He's in this starship, this spaceship of yours, and then the lights come on, and automatically you on Instagram, worrying about what they doing, what they did overnight. You're not even journaling your dreams, right? You're not looking at yourself and saying thank you. You're not showing gratitude to yourself. You have to set the resonance or the pace for how everyone else is gonna treat you for the day.
Right.
So we get on and we jump right online. We on bullshit. That's how our day go. I've been there. I've probably spent like a day when I probably blew like 14 hours
Wonderful.
scrolling.
It's real shit. It's real. It's real.
You feel me? Looking for something that was not there. And I'm using my manifesting powers of mentalization to materialize bullshit to keep me entertained. Pretty much probably I was distracting myself from something that I had to do.
Me too.
Right? So you keep looking for
Korean.
this, hey shit. Distractions gonna keep on coming.
Korean
And you're
melodrama.
playing a part materializing that when we should get up, not touch phones, and get into deep appreciation for ourselves. Right? There's an exercise that I can share that I have utilized to help myself. And me and his brother are writing a book called Gratitude.
Wow. Deep.
Right? About the spirit of gratitude and just really paying it forward continuously, you know. So when you rise, please, mama, give it up for Tassili, please.
Make sure you give it up for yourself.
Look, help her up, please. So, Mama's short on words this rising, so I know she must have just woke up. She got a few hours, she just finished, you know, the ceremony, the second day of the Lexicon of Love. And what I was explaining to the family is that what I observed for the last 2 days at the festival, and what we observed through community is that we're incapable of extending the love that community needs if we don't know how to love ourselves. Because your cup has to run over in order for you to give something of yourself that you're not depleting yourself. You have to have it in abundance. So if we don't have grand rising love rituals on self, it's impossible for you to extend for somebody else because you're playing catch up after you wake up from what Bobby calls and Phil calls that short death, that somatic death in the dream state. So do we have a particular rich rising gratitude morning or rising ritual that the family can utilize?
Yes. Do we want to wait for everyone to get
Yeah,
up?
yeah, let's wait.
yes, yes.
Let's wait.
Yeah.
A lot of people ask me, are we gonna start right away? So we're gonna wait for some more of the family to come up. We're gonna be patient.
They're coming, and yeah, this is very short.
Yeah, real short.
What time is it?
But I want to add to what you're saying, and it is, have you all noticed that the theme, even though it says the lexicon of a community, is really about you. You being your own community with yourself, right? Because again, you are comprised of atoms and molecules and cells and muscle tissue, bones and tendons and veins and, you know, ligaments and skin and hair. That's a whole vibe,
The whole universe.
a whole universe. That is you first. And I did write a book called The Journey to Selffulness. And selffulness came out of a celebration where I was moving into my new apartment. I've been there almost 5 years now, but at the time it was brand new, and I was celebrating with some friends. And we had done a spiritual cleansing in the place. And then we sat down to meditate and chant and just give thanks for the cleansing that we did, because we all felt so renewed. So I just felt so fulfilled, so full of joy in that moment. I was just like, I'm so full of myself. As I was saying that and including the other 3 people as a part of myself when I was saying that. And then I stopped. I was like, oh my God, no. I can't say I'm full of myself. I was taught that if you're full of yourself, you're conceited, you're arrogant, you're vain. But then I thought about it in the moment and said, well, who else am I going to be full of? Who else? And why were we taught that? Why were we taught that we can't be confident, which is the flip side of arrogance? You know, why can't we be that and celebrate and rejoice? And so, what came as created to me was being self-fulfilled. So I used word, sound, power, and put it together and said self-full. Like mindful, self-full. I'm so full of love for myself.
It is.
That my cup is running over. And I have plenty to share with everyone else because I'm so full.
Man.
Right? And like one sister said the other day, she said, oh, I can give to people from my saucer. She said, my cup overflows and I can just share from my saucer. I said, great analogy. The other analogy I like to use is a very common one. If you ever fly, you know, when the stewardess, the flight attendant comes, she says, yo, if for whatever reason the oxygen mask drops,
Yeah.
put yours on first, then help the person next to you. Right? That's just about self-preservation. And yet, we as a people, particularly colonized people, have been taught to be selfless to the point that we are detrimentally killing ourselves. Well, anyway, you kill yourself detrimentally, but detrimentally hurting ourselves.
Exactly.
That too. Anyway, we're hurting ourselves. We're being in complete detriment to ourselves.
That part.
Right?
Yes.
How many times do you put everybody else, you give everybody your absolute last and then you drain, absolutely drain. You feeling angry, you feeling resentful, and then you feeling guilty about the fact that you feel angry and resentful because you feel like, oh, I'm not supposed to feel like this.
Right.
But the reality is being present to yourself in the moment, that's what you feel. And who told you you can't feel? Who told you that? We've been fed a whole bunch of lies through the language of treachery. This English language is a language of treachery. Now, when we are given limits, because we are creative people, we can make lemonade. We can take word, sound, power and recreate.
That's right.
Redefine, remix. That's why hip hop is so powerful.
That's right.
As Minister Server was sharing yesterday, rap is what you do. Hip hop is what you live. Right? Again, if you travel, please get a passport, family. Get your shit in order so you can get your passport.
It is.
And travel the world, and you will go and you will see variations of yourself. Most importantly, though, you will see hip hop, which is you. But you might see Asian people jamming to hip hop. You'll see Indian people jamming to hip hop. You'll see Swedish people jamming to hip hop. You'll see people in Peru jamming to hip hop. In Brazil, they'll be doing it with their language, but it's your flavor.
Always, they always copy us.
If you never travel, you don't know your own real value in terms of how the world sees you. And that's part of the reason why so many people in the world are fucking pissed with African Americans.
Talk about it.
Okay?
Talk to them.
Because they like, okay, y'all broke out, busted out in the 50s and 60s, and then you died? What happened?
They're disappointed.
What happened? Y'all got integration, you got little government money, and now y'all just stopped? The rest of the world was following us in liberation.
Yeah.
And they are mad because we stopped to take a break. They like, hey, the battle isn't over yet. That's why they have so little respect for us. Because we don't know who we are. But as you come into knowing who you are, you become self-fulfilled. Recognizing that you are enough. Taking the time to be still and knowing yourself. Every single spiritual path talks about you being made in the likeness and image of the divine. Every single one of them. They say it in their own way. And don't take my word for it. Please study. Do your own research. Then be still and know that you are God, goddess. Be still and know that. As Red was saying yesterday, we're in the time of knowing. Previously, it was the time of information, where energy was still in formation. We were just waking up to ourselves as energy. Our inner chi was just starting to pop. But some of us have been at this for a minute. And through the process of morphic resonance, Dr. Jewel Pookrum reawakened our consciousness to morphic resonance. Look it up. Use Google. Check it out. It's based on what they call the 100th monkey theory, where there was a study done with one of the monkey species on the continent in Africa, and there were scientists there. They used this monkey group as a control group, and they sent out scientists around the world where this particular species of monkey was found. And they began to teach the monkey, all these monkeys, how to use a leaf as a tool. Because prior to that, these monkeys didn't know how to use a tool like that. So they began to drink their water with a leaf. And these scientists would tag each monkey. By the time they reached the 100th monkey, all of a sudden, all over the world, this particular species of monkey knew how to use a leaf, even though only the control group was taught how to do it. How did that happen? Because of one-mindedness, morphic resonance. The DNA in all of them reached a certain level of frequency, and that 100 reached a certain level of frequency that all of a sudden, all of them knew, because they're one mind. That's how when you see a group of birds leave all spontaneously, or a school of fish, they're moving as one mind. For humanity, our number is 144,000. We have already reached that number, family, of people who are awake. That's why the planet is waking up even more. That's our morphic resonant frequency. So, this is the time of knowing. Those who have been practicing, those who have been culture keepers, working in sacred sciences, have been raising the frequency on the planet. And it's usually always diffuse. And so in that, when you take energy that is information and you begin to use it, whirl it around, work that chi. Work that chi. When you do that, you become a knower. Because you begin to then take the chi, and as you're focusing, it starts to matter. So that's where your intention is, right? Where your intention goes, things manifest. That's why it matters. It becomes matter. Now, you know that the science is real. Why? Because you just did what you needed to do to make certain things manifest. You're not a believer. You're not a guesser. You've actually done the work, and you have results. One of the reasons, and I'm going to end it with this, one of the reasons that people can identify with my spirit so much is because I am you in a manifested form. A spirit channel a place where people could come and be fed, where they could come together and celebrate and collectively work together and heal our people. That wasn't just a vision that was mine. That was a collective vision. So, as Spirit gave it to me, and I became the conduit for that vision, I was given the honor of birthing that vision. The people who were there that midwifed that vision with me, my friends, the people who worked for food, because I didn't have no money, fam. I had $250. That's how I started this vision. So I encourage you, do not let money be an issue for you.
That's right.
Move with your passion. Find out what your passion is. Call on Spirit, call on the ancestors. Have them reveal to you what it is. So collectively we built the raw reality. The community can see where their money is going. You feel the actual nutrition from the food. I don't have to stand there and tell you. You eat it and you know. And then what's for you is yours. Because at first, as my business became more and more popular, I was like, oh, what if somebody steals the recipe? Because after, gosh, maybe about a year and a half, everybody named Mama was starting to make hand salad. Oh, this is the truth. You go to a festival, be 5 people sitting up there with hand salad, trying to make it be mine. And it didn't work. Because what Spirit gave to me is mine. Just like what Spirit gives to you is yours. And there is so much in the realm of creation that can be channeled through you. You ain't even got to worry about mine. You could be inspired, but do you? Why not? What else did you come here to do?
Do you?
But to do you.
Right. Thank you.
So, conceptualize. Be still, know that you're a God goddess. Your crown chakra is open. It's open enough for you to activate your sixth sense, your psychic sensitivity, channel. Visualize. See it with your first eye. Most of y'all call it the third eye. I call it the first eye because it's our energy. Do it. Then be willing to activate and work. Whether that means write it down, whether that means get up, roll up your sleeves, get busy, do the work. Conceptualize, visualize, actualize, and you will see it materialize. Period. I am a living example of what that looks like. And trust and know. I have looked like this in various forms since I became a woman.
Talk to him.
Okay? But first I was bald because for 14 years I shaved my head. But through Rasta consciousness, which I got to give props to the Rasta community first and foremost, in working with Word Sound Power. They were the ones that said greetings instead of good morning. They said Happy New Day instead of that. They said I tall. You know, they said
strong in instead of
strong
weekend.
in, right.
And today is Ethiopia.
Yes,
yes,
New Year.
Happy New Year.
So we celebrate.
Happy New Year.
Right.
What's
So
today?
they're all kinds
Happy
of
New Year.
Can't make this up.
that have
Can't
been
make this up.
Happy New Year.
remade through the Rastas. And they came as the Lion of Judah and the Lamb of the Most High, and they had their locks. They started flashing and waving their locks. And I was like, yeah. And considering that our hair is our antenna to the universe, it empowers us to receive and transmit. Give thanks for the beauty that you are. You are perfect. You are perfection. You are enough. That's how you realize.
It is.
Conceptualize, visualize, actualize, materialize, realize. That's it, fam. If you don't learn any other magic quotient, learn that one.
I wore the shirt.
That red
Before, and even before Red Pill come on, one thing I want to share with, come up here. One thing I want to share with the family before we bring Red and we bring Blue Pill on. This is very important. I want to share this with y'all. One of the most scariest things, as us, the goddess Tarsili said, is as being God and goddesses coming down in this form, in this dimension, is Raku talked about it. I don't know if Raku's around. Is you are completely dependent on somebody when you are young. So the scariest thing is that we come through the womb, and our parents program us. Most of the times we was programmed the wrong way. We was programmed to think small of ourselves. We was programmed to think we were ugly. We was programmed to think we wasn't smart. And it takes our whole life to conquer this program. So a lot of us have what's that word when we don't like our parents? What's that word I'm looking for? Resentment for our parents. One of the main things we need to do, family, is forgive our parents and the elders that was around us, because a lot of us feel we got fucked over. And we all been through trauma. Don't look at me, Blue, Red, Tarsili, and think we different from y'all. I had a traumatic childhood to extent, he did to extent, he did to extent, she did extent, all of us. And we all carry a certain resentment from the elders. Forgive them, for they did not know what they did. We are here now. Now we know what's up. We awake now. We change it now for the youth that's around this family. Get rid of that resentment we have for anybody. That shit is over with. It's over with, all right? And I just want to say that because we carrying baggage with us, energetic baggage that's preventing us from tapping into the knowledge that's coming through right now. So get rid of that baggage, and you can make room for this energetic downloads that's coming through. With that being said, let's bring my brother Red Pill on.
Now give it up, Father Rich. All right, give it up. Mama Tarsili. Oh, Pablo. And give it up for yourself. My book bag was like 50 pounds, but I did it on purpose. I said, this is for all of the risings that I woke up at 6:30, 5:30, and was like, nah, let me just get a few more minutes, and then woke up at 5:30 p.m. Right? To the end. So the fact that I got up, I was like, to climb this mountain or this crystal, I'm gonna put some pressure on my back. I'm not gonna take the easy route. You feel me? And there's elders that are on this mountain that was like jogging past me. Please give it up for them. You got parents. You carried their seeds up here. You got mamas. I seen them carrying their seeds. Give it up to them. This is 1 mile up. This is 1 mile up. You got little children that braved this mountain and climbed up. Yeah.
I see them.
Give it up to them.
Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up.
We living in an age of experience. This is all about the experience. It don't matter if it rain. It don't matter if Jesus comes down from the clouds.
Jesus.
Come out. We about to see our power. This happened already. We've been here before. We've been in the mist. But the mist or the morning dew is special. Let it fall on you, right? Don't feel the kind of way. You good. I'm here to remind you to stay protected. A lot of great things are happening in Atlanta. Like Mama Tarsili and Rich said, we babies. We gotta forgive whoever got us here, right? If not for them, we probably would not be here. Nothing is happening happenstancely, right? So, but we're babies in this journey right here. And we're like each other's parents, henceforth, while we gather, right? So we could remind ourselves that the tribe is here for each other. This journey up the mountain is similar to this journey in consciousness, right? It's foggy.
it's cloudy.
That's right.
This shit hurts your glutes on the way up.
Yo, no doubt, no doubt.
You be wanting to give up because of the mist.
Yo,
You
let me
can't see
tell
the
you.
Mountaintop.
That's right.
Some of us make it to 90%. That little rock down there where niggas was sitting on. After the stairs. Then we
Yo,
went up and they
word.
give you that tap out rock.
Yo,
That's what this is.
You got the spirit.
We get it to 90%.
No
and we
doubt.
Tap out.
Yes, sir.
Right.
But the mountaintop is right in front of us. Right there. Right? It's better when we do it together. Right? For those who went up as a group, you know what I'm talking about. There was
Absolutely.
this energy that was lifting you up.
you guys.
So it's better with tribe. It's a little bit harder when it's just yourself.
No doubt.
We need each other. Don't allow anybody to come into this community and compromise the spirit of tribe. Because they may be antisocial or socially awkward and they just want to stay in their basement all day. Don't let that influence you to be an outsider to something that you got that's beautiful, right? And that's tribe. Once tribe gets it together, we become family, right? But we babies. So we gotta play around. We need some play dates to get to know each other, right? We need to build. We need to go through some things. So we get a little bit tighter. You know, back in the days when we was in the schoolyard, it took that little fight in the schoolyard with the homies to be like, you my nigga. So if we don't have any challenges, that means we don't have no potential for growth. You feel me? But we here, we came down here to Atlantis. We didn't leave New York. New York is here. We brought it with us. We came here to save our city, right? We came here to save our city. That's
right.
And based over the work that we're doing on these crystals, our city is coming back. You know what I'm talking about? It's coming back. And it's gonna be better than ever. You know? And we are coming to your city. We're not just in the A. We coming to the Carolinas. We coming to Texas. If y'all can come to see us, we can come to see you. We coming to Virginia. We coming to Cali, Miami, you name it. Nothing is gonna stop us from coming outside because doesn't this feel better than looking at us through the phone?
I don't know about that. I don't know. I ain't clapping to that one. I'm sorry. Right, whatever. We don't know, you know. Me? Waiting for you.
Those are sacred stones for your altar, right? So if anybody want to continue that spiritual journey, come and see me after the whole situation that we're gonna do. But I am eagerly awaiting the sermon of the one and only, right? No baloney. Pope Pablo in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Give it up to Pope Pablo. Ever since Pope Pablo been poping,
Where's your daughter at?
ever since Pope Pablo been poping, a lot of things been moving around. Ding dong!
They see mommy. That's messed up.
Let's talk about how the day is divinely alive. Let's talk
Your
about
country
how
is 10
the
days in the
universe is
morning.
conspiring for
Jamaica.
success.
10 days. Everything's shut down, right? In Jamaica right now.
We didn't even know that there was going to be this moon around.
Right.
Right. 9/9 was going to be the beginning of this, you know, the trajectory. Things were going to open up. We didn't know on 9/8.
Mountains, King. Oh! Faith can move mountains.
Good, we prayed for you. Woo, you did it. Yeah, she started out with us.
Ain't no real queen. Only queen I acknowledge is like Chuck B.
Hey!
Only Elizabeth I know is dead.
Mess around with you.
Black woman. Black mama. Black daughter. Black sister. Right? there was a woman on the throne. So they talk about the patriarch. No, there was an evil, wicked witch on the throne. Running ever since every single one of us was born, damn near. Right? And we live in a new day now.
Yes.
You didn't even think it was possible. But we live in a day where the potentiality and the possibilities are endless. Right? So we are here, right? Like Sister Myra said, Daughter Earth, Mama Universe, we are here to assist in the restoration of the throne of our set by any means necessary. Right? So let's walk in our power, let's talk in our power, and let's live in our power. And let's live in the know. So repeat after me, right? I know.
I know.
I am God.
I am God.
I know.
I know.
I am peace.
I am peace.
I know.
I know.
I am love.
I am love.
I know.
I know.
I am loved.
I am loved.
I know.
I know.
I am everything.
I am everything.
I know.
I know.
I am the universe.
I am the universe.
I know.
I know.
I know.
I know.
Chance, freakumstance. I'm gonna tell you something, man. It's crazy, all right? I plot the planets around my chart, so I know what days of the year the sun is gonna run into them. So it was, and I've been doing this for years, so it's a matter of habit now. So when Secret told me that the festival was going to be on September 10th, I said, that's my Pluto day. You see, Pluto is a planet that gives us indication for change and transformation, for growth, evolution, and further development. Wherever you think you are, you got a long way to go, baby. That's what Pluto said. So it touched my Pluto degree yesterday. And I was born in 65. I know that sounds like a millennium ago. Right? It was 57 years ago. Right? Now, Uranus was like 1/2 a degree from Pluto when I was born. Now, I'm going to give y'all the story, the core significance of this when I'm done. This is my first time. Right? So today, Uranus is conjuncted and lit up by the sun. So now understand that. Yesterday it rained and it wasn't as crowded as Tassilis as I expected. I got my crowd today, didn't I? What's deep is Uranus rules crowds and it rules heights. So the fact that the sun would touch it on this day while I am at a height in a crowd. Right? That is what you call the fulfillment of an alignment that occurred years ago. Now this is the real cat. You know he's a Virgo, right? I have this shit in the sign of Virgo. He the one who invited me here. Maybe a lot more. So now understand that, because the sun right now, for everybody, is in tropical Virgo at the 18th degree. This little section of Virgo has to do with selfhood. And Virgo deals with improvement.
You're fine.
It deals with work in progress. So let this little trip here be the beginning of your new work in progress. Define yourself. This is what this trip reminded me of. You know, I used to run 13 miles a day. I was proud and arrogant with that shit too. I used to shit on niggas. Yeah, I could run 18 miles. What can you do? Okay, this hill right here. I said, yeah, what happened? Bet you ain't running on. This is a day to remind me that I need to work on myself have some more. How old, no matter how old I get, these milestones, I ain't got but so many of them left. So I better take advantage of what I can. And you too. But I don't care how little and young you are. This life is ephemeral, man. It's short. In hindsight, I can see my first day of school. Like it was 2 weeks ago.
Right.
I remember the little girl that I sat across named Kim.
Really?
She wrote her name big as shit on the paper, so I wrote But then, Virgo also deals with cleaning the house. It's the part of your body that cleans house. So it's your intestinal tract. It reminds you, let this day remind you, eat cleaner. Starting the day. Live healthier. Starting the day. Start looking out more for your people. Today. Because this day, the sun is in a place where you seize that energy, you can carry it a long way. You know, if you plant your seeds in the spring, they'll be fruitful in the fall. So use this day as your day of spring for self-improvement. Within 9 months, you're going to see a whole new body, a whole new mindset, a whole new attitude. And don't take these words as just, you know, damn, I feel good now. Take this shit for real. Because you're going to see me 9 months from now. I'm all on it, you know. Peace.
The numerology guy.
Mama Tafili, Raku, Brother Rich, Brother Blue, Brother Pablo. Where my stop? Gotta bring out some of my Cuban. Where you Dr. Pablo? It's the word Ashe alone is a number 7, which is a spiritual name in numerology. 115. Ashe. 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 And Mama Tafili, she born December the 18th, and the word love in Pythagorean adds up to a number 18. Ashe. Ashe. In the Chaldean, it adds up to a number 3, and she's born on the 12th. She's been born in the 12th month. Equals a 3. Ashe.
Ashe.
So that's why she gives with love. And we must learn to give with love. And myself and Raku do what we do because we love you. I don't do numerology because that just means the study of numbers. I do numerovation. And this whole frequency from 9, 11, 20, 22 adds up to a number 8, which is an ancestral number. So bring the ancestors to you, and it's a number 8 that's doing it. He's born on the 17th. This is an ancestral energy. And from the time I met Rich years ago, him and I have been on the street. Pablo and Blue Pill, all of us been on the street. And I told Rich I'll never stop supporting him. So y'all see my avatar, but this is King Simon, yo. But y'all got to see me live. And in full effect. But we do these things. We do these things from the heart. And for the first time ever, my son came up on the mountain with me.
Indeed, God.
It's my oldest son from my second wife. From the past. And they grew up in the nation. But you know, today is also Ethiopian New Year.
That's right.
So big up to Ethiopia. And all the
Big
changes
up, big
that
up.
because remember back in the day, Queen Elizabeth.
Right.
came to His Imperial Majesty sitting at the table with Elizabeth and all the rest of these crazy people, they had to give them the head of the table, the Ethiopian emperor. They got pictures of it. They had to sit at the side because they had to respect the oldest sovereign in the world.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
She had to recognize him. She recognized him. They had to make it happen. That's how they set up that table. So like I said, down on the bottom of the mountain,
They have to come out of power now. Yeah,
is the
yeah.
master number of spiritual connection, spiritual understanding, spiritual insight. Use this land because it adds up to the number 8, that 11-8. Once you add that all up, my family, it adds up to a number 10, and that's the wheel of fortune energy. Take and put intention, like I said down there. If I would have, like I told y'all, if I would have done what I had done from 8 years old, I would not have these children. So it's a blessing to see and love myself enough to have children and be able to converse with them. So love yourself enough, because just being up here is a loving, loving, loving thing. And I love myself, that's why I love you. I love myself, that's why I love you. That's why, like Tassili said, it's ours. Numerovation is mine. I put it in the lexicon. It's going to be showing up in 5 years.
That's right.
That's my word. Came down from the ancestors. So you take what you love for yourself spiritually, energetically, and put it out there. Because nobody can stop you if you're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to do to help others, because it's all about helping others. And what we do is help people. Because help people, heal people, heal people, hurt people, hurt people. Misery love company, but happiness love company too.
For Pablo, ladies and gentlemen.
Once again, family, give it up for yourselves again, family. Please.
Big up, big up, big up, big up.
Coming on the mountain. Pablo.
What a holy host of free willing contributors. Hey, what a holy host. Hey, how many ancestors we done gathered on the mountaintop, King?
Countless, countless,
How many?
countless.
Free willingly up here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, what a holy host. Yeah, what a blessing to be one in the number.
Yes, sir.
You can't take it for granted. Not in a time like this. No, not in a time like this. Right.
Thank you, brother.
Here. Yo, we here. In Big Mountain.
Again, it's important that we hear from
Mountain,
Rob,
King.
because today is the Ethiopian New Year, right? And we know the origins of this thing that we call Christianity. We could trace back Ethiopia. We know about Coptic Christianity. So people continuously, when they see the Pope, they say, "Oh, that's our symbols, and they took that from us." When we gonna take back what's ours?
Now.
So when people see me with this particular motif, they get very confused, and they're like, you know, because it triggers some people understandably. You know what I mean? This is the reason why we are on the head of the Vatican in the Catholic Church, because of all of the mismanagement that they have done with things that are sacred.
No, that's a problem.
It allows these people to be allowed to masquerade, right? And we know that, or those of us who know the history of this particular place that we call Mexico, America, we know that the dominion or the discovery, or what they call the discovery, or what they call, you know, all of everything fucked up here started because of the church. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
You make it
May
plain.
4th, 1493, Pope Alexander VI, he issued a papal bull, which is a decree from the church. We call it the Encyclica, right? Or the doctrine of discovery. And he split the world in two. Now, for somebody who's never been to America, you're going to split the world and give an entire country a side of the planet that you've never been to. That's very fucking arrogant, right? So he split the world in two. He gave one side to Portugal, the east, and he said, go conquer in the name of Christ. because it's an extension. What they practice was called Christendom, which is an extension of what Constantine created when he merged Rome,
What did I do?
the empire of Rome, with the church. And they figured that they could masquerade domination and dominion under the sign of the cross to say, okay, we're going to conquer in the cross, but they do it by the way of the sword. Now, if it's the Prince of Peace, how you going to push peace on people at the point of a sword or the barrel of a gun? Right? If it's peace, you should be able to offer it, put it on the table like a cup of clean glass, and it should say, okay, well, you know, we got these customs over here where we are doing human sacrifice and rolling people down the mountain, because that's what they say about the Mayans. Right? I want to try your thing out, so maybe I'm just going to go and... That's not how they did that. Right? They went and they decimated entire populations of people, and they stole their riches, and they were masquerading using this covenant of Christ in order to do this destruction around the planet. So if you have it in your heart, you know, because a lot of people grew up around Christianity, you know, a lot of people grew up with it in their home, a lot of people just grew up with love and peace in their heart, right? And this motif of the character named Jesus Christ, it's a motif of a character who has a heart in his hand, right? He represents the constellation or the sign of the sun, or the sign of Leo, and the symbol of the sun, right? And Leo is the sign of the king. And the sign of the king resonates with the heart because the king is the highest servant in the land. That's the person who has the most amount of servants. The king is the person who serves the most amount of people. You feel me? And you gotta have an open heart. You gotta have love. And again, that love has to flow overabundant in order for you to give, in order for you to be there for yourself, for your family, for community, right? In order for you to love on people that you've never even met, you have to have a level of love and abundance, right? So you have to have a self-care regimen and program for yourself. Don't take it for granted to think that you got it to give, right? Because you'll deplete yourself, and then when you need to get some of that love back, it might not be there. And then you grow resentful. You feel me? And then you grow resentful. So make sure that you are practicing some sort of self-love ritual. So I said in the rising, when you get up, you know, before you touch anything, before you touch any, you know, tablet or phone or any of those things, you should develop a self-love ritual for yourself. Now, there's different things that different people do. Very easiest thing that you can do is just hug on yourself when you get up, right? Just commune with your own personal being. Like, I love you, man. I appreciate you. I can't do this without you, right? Your love for yourself has to be unconditional because it's non-optional, right? The minute that you give up that particular covenant, the minute you rescind that particular contract, then it's time for you to go, right? So if you want to extend your days, you have to love on yourself. You have to remind yourself every single day, I need you. I appreciate you. I'm not taking none of this for granted. That's right. Because I wasn't responsible for waking me up this morning. That's right. Or this rising. So immediately, when I come back into this plane, I come into it with gratitude, right? Creative force, whatever you call it, whatever's responsible for tapping me and waking me up, because it wasn't my alarm clock. I slept through that shit.
Hold on.
God did. It was that thing that nudged me and it was like, get up, it's time. Right? That thing that continues to give, whether I'm hard-headed, whether I'm ignoring it, right? It doesn't give up on me. You feel me? It knows me. It knows me enough to say I can't give up, right? You still need some work. So for that thing, you have to be in full gratitude, right? And then you can go out into the world and start extending the things that you have for the world. But if you haven't given it to yourself, you shortchange your entire existence. You feel me? And you're gonna deplete yourself, attempting to look cute in the eyes of other people who can't see you. Right? Yeah. Can't see you. Right? It's impossible for somebody to know you if they don't know themselves. Right? Facts. Right? It's the fact that we should never fall into the trap of judgment, right? I cannot judge you, for I know not you, because I know not myself yet. This is an internal know thyself thing until I tap up out of here, right? And then my life is in review after the fact. You know how they do, like, when you go to Christmas Pass and shit? Like, yeah. So you're not going to know yourself until it's all said and done, right? You still, you know, can't fall into judgment. That's the trap on this plane. You know what I'm saying? They say that, you know, that only God can judge. And there's a reason for that, right? Or that creative force. Let's say even you and your higher self, if you want to consider it that. You know, you'll get your opportunity when you get to weigh your heart against a feather. That's the judgment, right? Prior to that, you still are given all of the opportunities to make mistakes. So I don't know if they said that the guy died for your sin and shit. We out here sinning. The story don't add up, but that's neither here nor there. I discovered a way to get into the scripture and to extract meaning out of it because nobody asked our permission. There's like 1,000 different variations of Christianity, and they all got their own way of how they do their thing, right? And they don't even go to war with one another. They just be like, you over there, and they do their thing. So I took it upon myself to do my thing.
That's right.
And the way that I said, look, you know, the book is this a hell of a big of a book. Let me just figure out how to get out of it what I need. So I said, whatever the day is in the Christian calendar, i.e. because, again, there's many calendars that exist simultaneously. Here's the fact, today is the New Year in Ethiopia. Right? On July 25th, it was the day at a time, and July 26th, it was the New Year in the Mayan Olmec calendar. Right? Which the day that the Pope got beheaded. When they put the crown of feathers on him on July 25th in Canada. Right, on a day at a time. And then a few days, 3 days later, they registered the shortest day ever because times are changing. We live in a new time. The Pope represents Pisces. This what this is. It's a fish hat. You see it? Right? We can take this off. Right? So, when they put a new crown on him, and he was in a wheelchair his entire visit because Pisces represents the feet. So he wasn't on his feet, and then he took his crown off. Age of Pisces is done. The church is done, and the Queen is dead. Babylon is falling, right? A lot of our people are still tethered to the system, so it might be a cause of celebration for us, but we're gonna lose a lot of people, right? That are connected, that you know, they right underneath this shit. Some of them are using their shoulders to prop it up. You feel me? So we gotta be mindful of that. Preparation needs to be in order. Because a lot of us that were dependent on aspects of the system, if the system falls, then what are we gonna do, right? The universe is finally saying it's time for you to do for self. You keep asking for things, and when I deliver it, you're not ready for your blessing, right? But you keep asking, right? You keep saying that, oh, what did God do for me? What did Obama do for us? Right? Are you ready to receive? Or is your hands full because you're still holding on to all that shit from the past? You got to put something down to pick something up, right? So you got to empty your cup in order for it to be full for it to run over. But it's filled up with all of this petrified putrid water like the shit that's stagnant over there. Right? If the mosquitoes be flying in. Get back to season. Right? Yes, you have to get back to season what it is. And then you will allow yourself to be empty enough to be filled up with the thing that you keep praying and asking for. But Spirit keeps saying and saying, you still full of bullshit. Where you gonna fit me at? You feel me? I like to come down to something that's pristine.
Hey.
Right? God got annihilator gators on with the, he clean. I can't slide into that. You know it. I clean that shit up. So, I want to show you how, when we go into aspects of scripture, again, and please don't let the book trigger you. My thing is this. Because people continue, if the word this and the word, look, if the word ain't had no power in it, what are we saying about our people that the word is holding our people down, right? Just like Moors, we know about paperwork. These people are paper gangsters, and because of Social Security and the birth certificate, our people are literally being held back by ink and paper. On the government level and on the church level by ink and paper. You telling me that a book, right, has knocked my people off of their throne. And they still are in a particular phase where they're like dazed and delirious because of a book, because of a spell that's in a book. So if it's a book of magic, you're telling me by evidence that there's magic and spells in it that work, and the proof of it is our people.
God's
right?
spell.
So I'm like, all right, well, let's reverse the spell and use it to empower us. Because how can somebody who's not in the book find power from the book? But you in the book and you can't find power from it. Because we love telling, oh, they took it from this. They can tell you every place that they took aspects of the book from, but they cannot find a way to extract no power from that. I don't understand that. So, just to show you that shit lines up perfect, I'm going to go into the first book, which is Genesis. So Genesis 9:8-11, because again, a lot happened in these past few days, and it should not be separate, right? We have to look at what happened with the queen and when it happened as a very telling sign, of being trusting in spirit, right? And having what's called faith. And we get faith confused. We get faith and belief confused. Those terms existed before the Bible. So even though we like identifying them as liturgical terms, they exceed that. And Napoleon Hill said it's necessary for manifestation. You have to have faith and belief.
Yes.
Right? Yes. So these are concepts that I ask you to divorce just from religious terms or the Bible. They precede that. So faith is having what? You have knowledge of things that have not yet manifested. Or you don't know the fullness of a message because it hasn't fully registered yet. So when we got the download and it said, open the royal chamber on 9/9, I was like, all right, let me just follow spirit. I could not foretell that the universe would line up and the queen would get knocked out the box on 9/8, and her son, born on my born day, would be installed as the king, right? Or the coronation of the king would take place yesterday, and they call it the ascension, right? The ascension of the Scorpion King. So I'm like, okay, today we're going to be ascending as well. This is our ascension protocol. Hey! Right?
You're right.
Hey! We can identify what it is to ascend, right? And like he said, somebody beautifully put what that journey entails, the way that they set this mountain up. This mountain is a metaphorical symbol of life. And I've been going through this in these airports these past few trips that I've been taking. An hour on the waiting line for the baggage, an hour security check. Then you gotta get on the train, and then you get to the top of the terminal, and it's like T18, but you in T1. And that's why I start slowing down at. Let me get my breath. The bird is like, it's not over till your butt is in the seat. Right? You looking at your watch, you think that all right, I'm in good timing. And then you start taking your time. Just to find out that you was a minute too late. Right? It ain't over till it's over till it's over. Right? It's not over till it's over. Yeah, we could take a breath. Yeah, we could take a break. But don't allow yourself to get cemented in the cement. You feel me? So we have to always remain fluid. We have to remain moving, right? We gotta move. We have to be asymmetrical. We don't even move in straight lines. Don't be predictable, right? You gotta stay dangerous and stay safe at the same time.
Formless.
So I want to go right into Genesis so we can understand what all of this is about and appreciate it because the sun is coming. Right? Genesis 9:8 to 9:11. Right? It says, then God said to Noah and his sons with him, I now establish my covenant with you and your descendants after you and every living creature that was with you, the birds, the livestock, and all these wild animals, and all those that came out of the ark with you, every living creature on earth. I establish my covenant with you. Never again will life be destroyed by the waters of a flood. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth. So we're not worried about the water, because the water ain't gonna kill you. Okay? The water is a reminder that a flood is coming, and that flood is coming don't necessarily have to be one that deals with particular quote-unquote water, right? There's a different type of flood that may be coming. You feel me? And what we know, what we represent, and what the people are going to wake up to on their phones, there's going to be a flood of love coming to them, right? So again, give yourself permission with these words and these scriptures to replace them and make it believe what you needed to believe for you. You have every right to do that because they damn sure doing it. They got 1,000 transliterations of the word, right? Let's go to Proverbs 9:11. Wisdom will multiply your days and add years to your life. You understand? Wisdom. They didn't say knowledge. They said wisdom will multiply your days and add years to your life. So you hiking, right? You having the knowledge of what the mountain is. We did whole presentations on it. Now you participated in it. Now you've done something extra for yourself, your cardiovascular system, your respiratory system. You know what I'm saying? Your lungs are saying thank you. You feel me? Your glutamine might be on fire. And guess what? If you was able to do 7 squats yesterday, you're going to be able to do 9 of them in about 3 or 4 days. You feel me? So much comes with pain.
Don't even remind me.
Appreciate pain, embrace it for what it is. It's a lesson, it's an opportunity to grow. That's all that is, right? So we go into Judges 9, 8, and 12. And the commonality across the word in the scripture dealing with a lot of the stuff from 9:8 to 9:11 to 9:12, kings, they keep talking about royalty in these particular scripture because again, I believe, and it's my right to believe, we breathe life into these particular words. We can change a dead letter religion into a living testament to serve us, right? Because we come from these households where our mamas, our aunties, they was in that book, they was in that Bible. And a lot of us grew up around it and we couldn't make sense of it. We were traumatized by the experience. We got into consciousness, but a lot of people still brought their Christianity with them. Right? No judgment. I'm just saying, if you're here with it, let's show you how to operate it, right? So we can utilize, you can utilize it to your advantage. Let me get back in this. So Judges 9, 8 to 12. One day the trees went out to anoint a king for themselves. They said the trees went out to anoint a king. Wow. They said to the olive tree, be our king. But the olive tree answered, respect the stage. Family. The olive tree answered, should I give up my oil by which both gods and humans are honored to hold sway over the trees? Next the tree said to the fig tree, come to be our king. But the fig tree replied, should I give up my fruit so good and sweet to hold sway over the trees? Then the tree said to the vine, come be our king. And it goes on and on and on. But these parables are speaking about what? Not everybody wants to show up to serve. People got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? And being a king or servant to your again, a king is the servant to the highest amount of people in the kingdom. You feel me? Not everybody wants to show up in service like that, right? the concept of quote-unquote leadership takes a lot. You got to be responsible for people that you don't even know. You have to be responsible for people who are not responsible for themselves. You feel me? You got to trust people who don't trust themselves. What does that look like, right? And I say, damn, I can't trust nobody that can't trust themselves. It's very simple. If you got intuition that told you to do something and you ain't do it, you can't trust yourself. And I can't trust you. It's that simple, right? So it's important that say, oh, men got to get in contact with their divine feminine. That means that they have an issue trusting themselves. Because the divine feminine is intuition, right? And if men were so trusting or in contact with their divine feminine, they would get the downloads, right? And then we would see a lot of less of what we see in the community, where men, unfortunately, because they haven't trusted themselves, they run, right? And it's a lot that's going on in our community that has to be addressed, right? Because what we have the majority of us have in common is that we're healing for traumas that happened in our childhood. That's across the board. You don't meet too many people that's like, oh, I'm still dealing with a trauma that happened in my 20s or my 30s. Everybody's talking about this formulative stage in their lives pretty much from the years about 0 to 13. And something happened that we're still attempting to overcome. So that tells us that the most important time in our lives are those formulative years. So the most important time of your life is when you were a parent in the first 10 years for that child, right? You got to get this shit quick so you don't pass it on to these children. Because whatever our parents didn't know, whatever happened, that they was asleep at the wheel, that something happened with us, right? You have to make sure that that doesn't happen to your progeny in the future, right? So we got to be super, when they say consciousness is awareness, you have to be super hyper-focused and aware of what's going on with your children's life in the first 13 years. You have to be there, right? And social media, we got these whole new set of distractions. What was our parents distracted by? Work. Drugs and music, right? So now, times that times 10. Because there's more drugs, right? There's more money, and the music is off the charts, right? But they've amplified it. So imagine what our parents was up against versus what we might be up against, right? Don't think about yourself, look at the children.
So, don't forget porn. Perverted sexual energy.
Porn as well.
No, so this perverted sexual energy is not just porn, but perverted sexual energy.
Part of self, brother. We brought some watermelon water just for everybody. If everybody would like to share, we got a couple gallons right here. We got cups. Just it's very
Watermelon water for anybody that needs it. We got a few gallons over here. Y'all need to replenish. Come and tap in. It's for y'all. It's available.
Cecilia, thank you for blocking that sound.
Yes.
That demon been undermining everything we're trying to do for a long time.
Long time.
I'm going to close with this last passage, y'all, right? And then we're going to get into a meditation led by Mama Tassili, all right? 2 Corinthians 9:11. Corinthians! It says, you will be enriched in every way, to be generous in every way, which through us will produce thanksgiving to God, right? Or what's called gratitude. That's all Thanksgiving is. Right. So again, you will be enriched in every way, right? To give in abundance. You can only give if you have to give, right? Not forcing yourself. Do for self before you do for others, and that's not being selfish, that's being self-full. You feel me? And then the blessings will continue to come. And with that, family, I want to say peace, love, and light. Thank
A lot of people getting some watermelon water. We about to get into this music meditation, y'all. the most beautiful part about coming up here, engaging in this meditation, tapping into this divine energy, y'all. Family, get ready.
Who needs some watermelon?
Let them get there. Yeah, let them get their nourishment on.
See all the like-minded people. You don't know about that. You don't know about that. No, me don't know. Me don't know about that. Me don't know about that.
While we get ready for the meditation.
Sexual distortion. But it's that too. Perversion is anything taken out of its original order and made into something else. So perversion ain't just, our inability to maintain relation functioning. It is our disconnection from
My love. I love my love.
the original order of which our foremothers and forefathers existed in harmony with nature. Yeah, so we have to, right to perversion. We have to recognize them in ourselves. And when we do that, what happens? Now, we're no longer subjects of remote control. We're no longer subjects of other people's agendas. When we deal with the humility of forgiveness and recognize the perversions that are our undermining, our underpinning. It's not just the sexual dysfunctionality, which is real. It's the disconnection from the original order, the natural ways in which we connected with the heavens and the earth.
Indeed. We about to get started with the meditation. One quick question before I pass it to Tarsili. For those who don't know, because we came up in consciousness on a conspiracy tip, a lot of us. Why do you have your hands like that with that arc on your hands? Some people may think that's some type of, Masonic thing. Why are you like that right now, my brother?
My ancestors ride with me, King. My ancestors with me right now.
Rastafari.
My ancestors with me, King. They say you made it to Atlanta. How dare you not climb the mountain? How dare you not be one in the number? This holy host, the folks free willing, climbed the mountain at the crack of dawn. How many generations have we been waiting to be one in the number of such a congregation? So as a Rastaman, we cite how, this here union, how I work my hands here is whenever I do my best to be connected with my highest qualities of character.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever it's time for me to bring all them generations of blood, sweat, and tears that ride with me down here right now, you know what I'm saying? To be, to what you say, preparation and opportunity. Those are two key ingredients for progress. You know what I'm saying? If we prepare and we're ready, then we can really make change real time. We can turn the table real time. Long time they were waiting for I and I to just recognize who we are. And more time, what? We are blind. Connection failed. We so preoccupied with our perversions. Connection failed. So for I, as the youngest of 5, raised amongst lions, and that thing rests upon my shoulder. What they tell David, stay at home. Somebody got to perpetuate the line. But the Most High come in the form of an angel and said, no, man. This judgment that's facing your whole lineage, that's your judgment.
Rastafari.
That's your judgment. And no, even his own folks, when he go amongst what they call, the man, what they want to call him, Goliath. His own family like, yo, what are you doing here? This ain't your place. This ain't your thing. What do you tell them?
Meditation time, y'all. We about to tap in.
Meditation time.
We're so want to meditate.
You want them to come closer or you want them to come?
No, it's fine. You can go for it. Go ahead. We're at the best spot. We got VIP right here.
People are standing, so we'll start with the stand-up part of it first, which is saluting the 7 directions.
Okay.
We're going to come and sit and go into meditation.
Hey!
Let us honor.
Yeah, meditation time, y'all.
Please.
Can we have a little silence?
Honorable.
I go.
Amen.
Amen.
I go.
Amen.
I go.
Amen.
Thank you, family.
They got a whole group over here now. They
Doing a thing, right. So what we're going to do is to salute the 7 directions first, so you can stand and do that. And as we complete it, then you can find a comfortable place to sit or to continue to stand, and we'll flow into the meditation that way. So, I guess this is
No, I'm good. Okay, stay right here.
some of you already know how to do this because you've been doing it.
Okay.
But for those who do not, I will do it one time for you so you can see. It's a very easy repetition. So how many people know what the actual 7 directions are?
East, west. East, west, south, west.
Somebody that's not red or blue or orange or raw or okay, or Simon, King Simon. Or
Somebody.
okay. Yes, you know the 7 directions?
Yes, I do. We have east, north, west, and south, and we also have above, below, and the 7th one is within.
Ashe. Yes, give thanks. And so it's a very a yoga asana as well. So for those of you who want to do yoga but say I can't do all that bending and twisting, this is a good one for you. For those of you who may want to do yoga every day but don't necessarily always have the time to do one of the longer asanas, this one will take less than 5 minutes. Okay? And so, essentially, you're starting in prayer pose. And you can watch me first because then we'll do it all collectively. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm moving in, because I couldn't hear you.
You know what? I've had 5 children. I've given birth to 6. I've had 5. Y'all know I got a voice. So we start in prayer pose and we say, giving thanks for life, I honor the divinity in all. Giving thanks for life, we honor the earth. Giving thanks for life, we gather its abundance in our chi and honor heaven. Giving thanks for life, we honor the divinity in all. Giving thanks for life, we honor ourselves. And then you turn to the right 2 steps, do the same thing, turn to the right again 2 steps, do the same thing, turn to the right again 2 steps, until you've completed the circle of those 4 directions of north, south, and west. And as we're doing it, it's important to recognize that when you're doing it by yourself, you can say I, but as a collective, we say we. It's a call and response type situation. When we are honoring the divinity in all, remember that when you're bowing to the vastness of the universe, this is honoring the divinity in all. And then you're drawing that energy back into your heart space. Center for yourself. When we're honoring the earth, typically, if you could touch the ground, make a pyramid. Pyramid symbolizes strong foundation or everlasting foundation. So the earth gives us that, right? And then, as we are gathering our chi, I want you to really feel the chi in the environment, in the energy. Feel the air, feel the chi. So as we have honored the earth, we gather its abundance.
Yes. Yes.
Okay? And so we're down here, and when I come up, you see me just opening wide my lungs, exposing my heart as I'm gathering the chi and the abundance of the earth. How much can you hold? You know what I'm saying? So you bring it up, and you give thanks to the heavens.
I love you so much.
So, you know, as you're doing it, be very intentional in what you're doing. And it's very simple, and here we go.
Just make sure everybody's hand length.
Make sure your hand length spread it out as much as so y'all don't bump into each other and smack each other in the face and all that. Hands length, like y'all know, y'all remember PE. Right. Y'all remember in school. Y'all remember that. Hands length, hands length. You don't need to smack nobody.
My head go like
Okay. Okay. Atlanta is that way. Atlanta is west. So this is east.
That way.
Right.
This is that way.
Atlanta this way.
I go.
Atlanta this way.
I don't want to argue with nobody.
All right. Atlanta is west. The city is west. It's behind us. The opposite of west is east.
Phone said exactly.
Everybody's arguing.
So we are incorporating technology.
It's that way. It's that way.
Did you get out your phone to incorporate technologies?
Do you know where that?
My people.
Amen.
Okay, family, that is an example of why we should be here at sunrise, so we can just see for ourselves.
Yes.
But we have been doing it this way, facing east this way.
Let's get it.
Okay. So that's what we're going to do.
Thank you, family. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for the collaboration.
Yes, sir.
Great minds think alike. Okay. So bring your hands as you inhale into prayer pose. And you say, giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life.
We honor the divinity in all.
We honor the divinity in all.
Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life.
We honor ourselves.
We honor ourselves.
Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life.
We honor the earth.
We honor the earth.
Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life.
We gather its abundance.
We gather its abundance.
And our cheese.
And our cheese.
And honor heaven.
And honor heaven.
Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life.
We honor the divinity in all.
We honor the divinity in all.
Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life.
We honor ourselves.
We honor ourselves.
Take 2 steps to the right. Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life.
Honor the earth.
We honor the earth.
Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life.
We gather its abundance.
We gather its abundance.
And our chi.
And honor heaven.
Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life.
We honor the divinity in all.
And honor the divinity in all.
Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life. We honor ourselves.
Steps to the right. Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life.
We honor the earth.
We honor the earth.
Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life.
We gather its abundance.
We gather its abundance.
In our chi.
In our chi.
And honor heaven.
And honor heaven.
Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life.
We honor the divinity.
We honor the divinity in all.
Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life.
We honor ourselves.
We honor ourselves.
2 steps to the right.
Right.
Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life.
We honor the earth.
We honor the earth.
Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life.
We gather its abundance.
We gather its abundance.
In our chi. And honor heaven.
And honor heaven.
Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life.
Honor the divinity in all.
We honor the divinity in all.
Giving thanks for life.
Giving thanks for life. We honor ourselves.
And so now, family, either sit down comfortably or you can remain standing. Find a comfortable position for yourself. Relax your hands, your arms.
We can stand, right?
Just shake your
Yeah,
shoulders.
I'll stand.
Shaking the energy, stimulating your lymphatic system, and inhale deeply. Filling your belly up with air, and then your chest. Tilt your head back as you breathe in deeply. Please respect the meditation. And exhale.
Can I have everyone's attention, please?
No, you can't. No, you cannot.
No.
Oh, you coming around?
No, you're interrupting us. That's very disrespectful.
No.
Hey,
Affirmation.
Mission continues.
So inhale deeply and exhale. Can we please have silence to the best of our ability? Recognizing that we are in the world, but we don't have to be of it. Recognizing that we are in a Mercury in retrograde, and we can transform that energy of Murphy's Law, that if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. We can transform that into Mercury in Sankofa.
I think he's doing it on purpose.
Meaning that we can activate the positive aspects of this time. And how do we do that? By looking at the process of what Mercury in Sankofa means. So Sankofa means to go back and fetch it.
Right.
The positive aspects of Mercury in Sankofa tell us that it's a good time to be introspective. It's a good time to be still. It's a good time to complete old projects, things that have been unfinished. It's a good time to take things out of the closet, clean them out, dust them off, throw them out, release them if they need to be released. It's a good time to connect with people that we haven't been in touch with in a while. It's a good time to prepare so that when Mercury goes direct, we are ready. It's actually an incubation time that we get to give birth to our dreams, our aspirations, and to heal ourselves. So, let us recognize that we have the power within us to do whatever it is we choose to do. Confirmation and affirmation. I'm gonna end this. I go with the flow. So I go with the flow. Sometimes meditation has to be a moving meditation. Okay? And even though we're in Mercury and Sankofa, because we are the living temple of the Most High vibration, wherever we go, there we are. We recognize that our body is a temple and we are the living spirit. So as we move and groove, just set your intention to be thankful for things that you initiate yourself or that someone initiates with you. Express gratitude for the things like the sun coming out that we didn't technically have anything to do with, and yet maybe we did.
We cleared it.
And we also want to have gratitude. Gratitude is also about the fact that, you know, things are done in our behalf, whether we want them to be there or whether we have anything to do with it or not. Like the fact that there's air. Okay, as humans, we have to breathe air. Unless you're not human. But in any case, the air is provided for us. So gratitude is when you're thankful for things that you didn't have any direct thing to do with. It's just done for you. It's a blessing. And the appreciation of that is when you pay it forward. Just like with your money. You grow your money by investing it, you appreciate it. The same with giving thanks. So see what you can do today to appreciate thankfulness. See how many people you can touch by just expressing appreciation, gratitude for the things known and done as well as for things not known and done. Because we are able able to be conscious creators. So why not? Why else are we here? We agreed to be here before we incarnated. Okay? We agreed to be here before we incarnated. Right here, right now, in this time dispensation, in this moment on top of Stone Mountain. So remember that as many are called, few answer, and few are chosen, and even fewer consent to walk the path of the straight and narrow, which means to do your own work on you. It's not about monitoring somebody else, that's about you monitoring you. Even fewer consent to pick up the ankh or the cross and become their brothers and sisters. And even fewer consent to be planetary placeholders. We are planetary placeholders. Wherever we go, we transform the frequency. Wherever we go. So remember who you are. Go deeper into your discovery of you. Let that be your love. And then appreciate by helping others to remember what they already know about who they are and our agreement to be here and to do this work the way we're doing it. I am because we are, therefore I am. Ubuntu. Ashe, 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 Ashe. Natural Mystic Fair. Yes. 2020. Somebody, especially if you don't know. Get your 13.
God bless you.
Here.
I'm happy you came. Hi. I'm happy you came.
Thank you.
Did you enjoy yourself?
I did.
You did? What did you learn?
I learned that I'm a powerful person, and I learned that I'm not the only one out there that feels the same.
Right.
There's a community of us.
The power's here.
Peace and love. Peace and love. You made it. You made it. I was
Half
praying.
dead, but
yeah.
I got him. It was all, where'd he go? It was all him. He was like, you can do this. You can do this.
Oh, good. All the love is here. Ashe. Thank you. All the love, man. My sister, God bless you. I love it. The fire department's here. What happened?
My mother born in
I should end this right now? What do you think? End the video? I think we're done. Blessings. Blessings. Blessing my brother. My lady. Okay. You ready to go? No, I thought you were going to go talk to him. Oh, yeah. I'll make him. Georgie. Sorry. Georgie. She's gonna. Tifia, elle est avec Tifia pour get reading now. Ça c'est pour? Put it over here where our bags are. Get el bon côté li pour qu'elle get reading now. Peace, my brother. Blessing, I said. Allez, non. Mettez ça là. Funny. Ajoigny. You got it?
Yeah, you were talking.
He's going to go find her. He's going to find her. Ajoigny. Pour qu'elle parle avec lui. Allez, non. Let's go. Peace and love, brother. Peace and love. Peace and love, my darling. You ready to go? So wait, we're gonna wait. We're gonna be right behind you to see what happens.
I don't have a system like that. I'll just send them at you because I start
just working on it.
I love this. I think it's my hug for you. Let's see. Russ, it was worth the climb, right?
Oh, definitely. I'm glad I left it.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
And that's basically the one question I had for you.
Which one? What was that?
That I have everybody have a gift. I got a gift. I'm a dreamer. Everything that I'm a dreamer.
Right, baby.
Everything.
And yeah.
I
What
dream.
time of day was you born?
I don't know.
Well, every human being, I can help you out with that. I can get it down in 2 hours. Every single human being in existence, when they're born, their immune system isn't fully developed, nor is their reproductive organs, nor is their physical coordination. So all babies, in order to adjust to this plane of event, have to adjust to those things that make us sick. We all have an adverse response. Sinus allergies, sore throats, infection in the eyes, stomach infection, or injury, all right? What was yours? Everybody had one.
Everybody had one.
Everybody had one.
Well, my mom ain't tell me.
You ain't never been to the hospital for nothing?
Not that I know of.
You ain't never, other than that tattoo, you don't have any scars on your body.
Other than tattoos, don't know.
See, it's not true.
I got
You have a scar right there. You have a scar.
I got moles
See,
everywhere.
I don't want to look now. I want to look. See, there's a scar right
I
here.
just got a scar on my leg right here.
Okay, so you've been in a car accident before.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I got you. All right. You have to be born very early in the morning, right? You look at all your aunts and uncles like equals or intellectually beneath you because they're not smarter than you. It ain't got nothing to do with anything else, right? You were very disappointed to learn that religion could not be taken literally because you took religion very seriously in your earlier days, right? You wait until after you get into a relationship to get insecure about it, huh? Yeah. And you're very private about your writings and your memorabilia. So one of the biggest violations we can commit is to seize your phone and just go through that motherfucker and be nosy, right? Right. Yeah. And let me see what else. People who don't maintain some type of moral code or a moral standard don't remain your friend for long. Right. Okay? Because you start to lose respect for people that don't have values. You start looking at them as savages and shit like what they are. Okay? You were interested in health or medicine? Health or healing? Health. Yeah. Okay. And let me see. Between 2012 and 2015, you changed your perspective, your guidelines for why or how you would fall in love again, if you ever fall in love again. You changed your whole criteria, your whole standard. You even went for a while without engaging another person, you know what I mean, during that time, right? Between 2015 and 2018, the desire to relocate would have been enormous. Right? Transportation concerns too. And a rehashing of education. So things that you learned in school, you've totally thrown that away in favor of new outlook, new perspective. Since 2020, you've been reshaping your social network. People that aren't on the same page as you don't happen to get your time as easily as they used to, right? Right. That's my sample. Yeah, you lost a lot of friends. You removed yourself from your social network because people that you ain't feeling, you just ain't giving them the air and the time. Be careful who you cut off. Some of them people were not in a position to assist you. It isn't that they was neglecting to assist you. They couldn't help it.
Okay. Appreciate you.
Indeed.
So do we set an appointment with you?
That would be better because I'm losing my voice right now.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So
I'll
how
be
do you
damned
how do you do it?
Everybody that wants it, I'm not gonna have a voice.
Right. So how does it work? So we reach you.
You call me.
Okay.
Your back of your phone pick up?
It's at low right now, low battery.
Yeah? You can reach me on Instagram.
My nephew-
at
my
Cosmo
nephew-
361.
my nephew's
All
gonna
you
try
gotta
to
do
get-
is put your phone right on mine. Just touch your phone to mine.
Does it
And
go,
it's low.
Georgie?
It didn't low?
Yeah, mine's hitting low.
I don't know what it's doing. Let me see. Try it again.
Did it go?
Okay. COZMO361 at Instagram.
Instagram.
But you got a phone? You got a phone?
Yeah, I have a phone. I'm recording right now.
Okay, 516-881-6992. Any day between 1 and 7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
You call me, state your intention that you want to book a reading, right?
And then-
I have a waiting list.
Okay.
Right now, my waiting list starts in December because I got everybody booked up.
Okay.
If you wait until December, the line will be long.
Right. So
into March.
schedule it
So
now.
You get in as soon as you can.
And how long is the
But
reading?
The reading is anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours long.
Okay.
You have 30 days after the reading to confer with me regarding any point of it. And you have to post payment to get me to hold that day.
Right, right.
People don't like that, and I understand.
So
but
did
that's
you-
too bad.
so-
because people are waiting in line, and events like this make the line mad longer.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Will you be at Cecilia's today, this evening?
I don't know because I didn't go to sleep from last night. And then I climbed this mountain. When I go home, I'm going to lay down. If I wake up before then I'll be there. If not, no. I'm going to stay home.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Just call me between 1 and 7. And
Schedule an appointment.
Yeah.
Okay, and
let
then
me know that we had this conversation right here.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
I want to hug Raku. I just do.
Yeah, I'm gonna hug him too.
Go ahead and get your hug.
Yeah, what? He said that he wants you to schedule an appointment.
I manifested you.
That's what it is. He can't. He's losing his voice. Go hang up. I just want to hang up. I want to hang up. Okay. Yeah.
Should I take a picture with you?
Yeah, I'm gonna just hug him. I want to just hug him. Can I have a hug with you?
Yes.
He's recording it. Thank you.
You're welcome, though.
I'm gonna tell you that I hugged you.
Indeed.
Thank you so much. All right, let's go down.
All right. Thank you, love.
Huh? Did you get a hug?
No.
You want a hug with him?
No, I said I wish I would have got up there.
He's 2 hours. That's worth it. Because 5 minutes is not enough, and he's losing his voice.
Yeah, you're right.
And he just gave her a preview. 5 minutes versus 2 hours.
How much?
She 5 minutes is not enough to get a true reading.
But that's a lot.
Yeah, he gave her a lot.
Yeah, he just confirmed everything she did. That's nothing. I don't think that was anything. Because he told her that she's got scars, and he told her
She
that
said she has scars.
right. Did we throw away the cups? Okay. But we threw ours away, right? Somebody took our cups.
Estaba en el medical, fue.
Huh?
Estaba en el hospital, fue.
Yeah, Tifia.
Yeah.
Huh? You want to hug with him? Excuse us. We want to hug with you.
Oh, yes. How y'all doing?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
God bless seeing you.
God bless you.
Go ahead. She wants to take. Go ahead.
I can give it to her if I see
Go ahead. Huh?
This is hers.
Okay. You have her. You have her phone number, right? Huh? No, I took a videotape.
Okay.
Yeah, I took a videotape of you. I tell you, the fire department's here.
They're doing something over there.
Exercising. too. Hi. You ready? My nephew, he went to go look for her. Here he is. Did you find her? Are you ready?
I'm ready when you're ready.
You ready? All right, let's go. Sorry. Let me look at the firemen. Let me see how sexy they are. Why not? I want to look to see how the sexy firemen are. Look at them shoes.
Oh yeah.
Bye. Bye. I see y'all. So listen, I videotaped your session, so we're gonna. It's 2 hours, so it's only on WhatsApp. Do you have an email? He has your email.
No, and I got his number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I can send his I can send my email to you.
Yeah.
email
Okay.
and also maybe do you have WhatsApp?
No. Everybody keep telling me about
Yeah,
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp it goes directly. Email, texting, it's too long.
Okay. Okay.
And if I have to, I'll put it on YouTube.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Sorry,
Queen.
I'm so sorry, my love.
I got you. I'm gonna be checking on you. Simone.
Huh?
You should take a group picture, no?
You want a group picture? We already did.
Or no?
You tell us. Tell her you want one? Okay, he wants one. Where is she? Letitia, what's her name? He wants to take a group picture. Say, do you mind taking our picture? Please. Come. Thank you. Wait.
Ready? Uh-huh. You know you out of breath. Well, thank you.
You too. Did you text? Send it to us now. Wait.
My phone's on airplane.
Turn it off.
He said his phone that way.
Go ahead. Make sure you get it. Send it to him. There's 2, 3, 4. Not bad. He did good.
Yeah,
George.
I don't think I stored him yet.
Georgie, see, she didn't store you
Yeah,
yet.
I didn't store you yet. So what's your number?